What is going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Now, of course, don't have a lot of game sound going on, so let's see what we got to do to fix that while the show is starting. Like, you can't even make it up sometimes.
The Women's Intercontinental Championship!
And now it's fixed. So we got a lot of things going on here tonight. There's going to be some people getting a shot, oddly, at Outbreak Grand Slam titles. Like, they haven't been around long enough, the Outbreak brand, to really have a lot of people getting a shot at it. So right now, a lot of people building their resumes. What is going on, Weapon X? Welcome to the show. If you didn't watch the last show, Weapon, you got to go back and watch it. Stuff going on directly related with you in the last show. What's going on, Matt Storm? Welcome to the show. Sam Hacksaw. Sam's got a new gimmick that is going to be debuted tonight. Welcome to the show. Angela Starr right now making her seasonal debut, kind of debuting a new look as well. What's going on, R2K? Welcome to the show. Sly Cooper in the house. What is happening, my man? Guys, if you haven't checked out Blazed Radio, you haven't gone and seen Blaze McCoy. His friends call him Blaze. He drops the D for him. You know what I mean? If you haven't seen his show, he put it right down there in the description, in the chat. Not in the description, but in the chat. Click on that. Go check him out. Brooklyn Jokers, what is happening now? Because the SSU isn't up and running yet, Brooklyn on technically the SSU brand, we are going to get Brooklyn a match in the next episode on Monday Meltdown. Worked out some things tonight, tried to do some stuff, couldn't quite make the storylines line up. So big stuff happening for Brooklyn though this year. Brand new, kind of newish old look, more of an updated look, I guess. But right now, the thing that is going on, yeah, you said that. You said something about the D in the, I think it was 1 or 2 shows ago, and I was like, that is hilarious. I'm going to make sure I use that. But right now, Intercontinental title belt on the line. We talked briefly about it. We're going to get into it in this match about the history of the Outbreak brand.
Introducing the challenger from Birmingham, Alabama, Angela Starman! And her opponent, the Women's Intercontinental Champion,
It is the man, the myth, the legend, JD14. Bro, you haven't been in this universe in a very, 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 very long time, ever since you freaked out about that one character. So yeah, I don't know. But let's get into the show. Crazy things going on when you... Okay. All right. Little oopsie-daisy, little rot-row raggies going on there. But when you look at the Outbreak brand, we see a lot of things. If you guys have been checking it out and following the stuff, if you guys have been following the posts or following what we've been doing in the Discord, we have been doing the TCW Hall of Legends. We have been doing record breaker posters. We have been doing all kinds of stuff, really dropping the spotlight back on you guys, back on your characters, using AI for good. You know what I mean? So lots of stuff happening there. But the thing that you start to notice when we start doing things like this is you see the long history of the Meltdown brand. Well, because of the long history of the Meltdown brand, the things that it kind of incorporated, the belts that kind of flew under that flagship, that brand, we see there are some Grand Slam titles there. We see there are some of this and there are some of that. Like, there's some things more on that brand than on the Outbreak brand. And that's because the Outbreak brand hasn't been around a long time. So looking at when we're starting to look at title defenses and title defense matches, normally those would line up in pay-per-views. Well, just like we used to do with the Meltdown brand, you saw a lot of title defenses happening on that, building the history, and now the long 8-year history of the TCW, all the stuff that we've been through and all the places that we've gone really comes through the Meltdown brand. Now we're starting to see the Outbreak brand forge its own way. They're starting to step up to the plate, but in order to get that history going, we're going to have to see a lot more title defenses. So you're going to see a lot more of the Intercontinental and World title defenses on the Outbreak brand for now. Starting things up, giving people shots. So it's going to be really interesting from that standpoint. You know, we see a lot of the Universal Grand Slam championships. We see some Triple Crowns, but the problem with the Triple Crown is it includes the Outbreak World title for both the men and the women. So in order to achieve the Triple Crown, the wrestlers on the Outbreak brand really have a much better shot of achieving Triple Crowns than any of the wrestlers on the Meltdown brand. So it's very interesting. Sam, really appreciate you buying your ticket, brother. So yeah, all kinds of stuff, but very excited. Miss Jiggle so far, like technically undefeated. She won her debut match, and in her second match, she won that match in such a decisive way. Management gave her a shot at the Intercontinental title. Then she goes out and wins it, and now defending it here tonight. And the Intercontinental title belt on the women's side is kind of an interesting thing as well. There has only been a few that have won the belt. Whoa! Crazy catch. But there's only been a few that have actually won those title belts, and then they held on to them for a good period of time. So even though I think only 2 people have ever won the Intercontinental title belt, 3 now with Miss Jiggles. Let me look. I'm just looking real quick. Yeah, Miss Jiggles is the 3rd one, but Phoenix won the belt, defended it 3 times. Rebecca won the belt, defended it 2 times, then Miss Jiggles won. Can she keep that tradition of defending the title going, not being the one and done thing going on? Yeah, we're going to see an interesting debut here tonight. And look at this. Did she win? Well, Angela Starr. And look, Angela Starr is a former world champion.
Here is your winner, and new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Angela Starman.
So Angela Starr, former world champion, making her debut here in Season 8 and bringing home the Women's Intercontinental title belt. You know, we just got done talking about, hey, there's all this stability, and look, Angela comes in and says, hey, let's go ahead and start taking care of that. Let's bring some instability into the world, but getting a big win here tonight. You know, we talked about different things that could happen. People getting different shots at things, and one of those teams is here right now. You got Herbie, obviously, the Cruiserweight champion. But this team, this tag team, has a chance here tonight to make a little bit of history of their own. What history, might you ask? So, a few things, and we'll get back to the history with these guys real quick, but one of the most interesting things that I've seen is we do not have one tag team on the men's side or on the women's side who have ever in the history of the sport won the tag team triple crown. Now, for most of them, what is missing is the IC title. However, for this team, it is not the Intercontinental Tag Team belts that are missing from that. And that should shock the living snot out of you. What is missing is the Universal Tag Team title belts. They've never won it. There are 3 major tag teams on the men's side who have never won the Universal Tag Team title belts, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. But SC Jumpman and Milkman, the Maniacs, never won the Universal Tag Team title belts. They've won the United States tag titles 4 times. You go down, you look at the Hit Squad, Kempty and Cecil. They have won the Intercontinental title belts once, the U.S. title belts 4 times. Never won the Universal Tag Team title belts. One of the greatest teams in history. You look at the Maniacs and you look at the Hit Squad, the 2 longest running tag teams in the tag team division on the men's side, never won the Universal Tag Team title belt. So just a little, like when you start looking at some of these things, and that is what it forces you to do, you start looking at like, hey, what is going on with this? What is going on with that? Why haven't these guys won this?
Combined weight of 449 pounds. Gray and Hedgehog Herbert, American Alpha. And their opponents at a combined weight of 513 pounds. The Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, the Hammer, Raymond Jones, and Angel, the Powers of Pain.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Now, we've had Eagle Star and Grady both individually win with different teams, have covered an individual Triple Crown tag team Triple Crown, right? Individually, but not the same team. No same team has ever done it. So there's all kinds of stuff going on, all kinds of things happening, but American Alpha 2 getting a shot to get going in the tag team division this year. We've seen them wrestle individually, but tonight getting those shots at the title, getting a shot going up against the Powers of Pain. Guys, remember too, when you guys buy the tickets and do the stuff, all that goes right back into the channel. So big stuff, big time things. It's what allows us to go out and make all these graphics that we're making, make all the tag team stuff that we're making, do all the other stuff behind the scenes that we're doing. So it is some big time things going on. And all because of you guys. You guys are the ones that make all that happen. Now, you look at the size and you look at everything from American Alpha and you're like, man, what could possibly be going on in the world of American Alpha? Like, how could these guys not have won whatever? And you look at some of these tag teams. Look at this tag team, the Powers of Pain. You got a former multi-time world champion and one of the larger wrestlers, just muscle-wise, just build-wise, but one of the larger wrestlers in there. They are called the Powers of Pain for a reason. Then you look at Herbie. Yeah, Herbie is a cruiserweight. And you look at Grady. He's on the low end of a heavyweight, but I mean the low end, barely just out of that light heavyweight division. So you look at that, but these guys, when they get in the ring, they know how to use each other as a team. And you look back, this is American Alpha 2. You look back, Grady had another very similar tag team partner in Simba, where Simba was another cruiserweight. So not shocking that when Simba stepped away from wrestling, now of course he's back, but when he did step away from wrestling, Grady looked to kind of keep that same team-like chemistry going, and Herbie was looking for a home, you know what I mean? Herbie was looking to the Horsemen to do some stuff, tried some stuff on his own, really needed kind of that home, some stability, something to get him going. And Grady needed the same thing, wanted to keep American Alpha going, so made that second iteration of American Alpha. And now these two guys out competing for some big-time title belts. But still, never won Universal Tag Team titles, so that's something else. Wish I had my little thing to get the Bark Squad quieter, but I don't have my little thing. Not that you guys can even see me. Camera's not even on. I mean, it's on, but for some reason, it's one of those little things that every time we got to do that. So, ta-da. And look, Grady's like, hey, and this is classic Grady. Grady's like, I'm going to take the fight to everybody. I'm going to try to do everything. I'm not always necessarily the smartest thing. Grady's just in it, wants a good fight. And a good fight's typically what he gets. We have about 7 other records that could be set. They haven't been broken yet because they haven't been set. So one of the rules, and if you guys ever wonder what the rules are for any of it, for the Hall of Legends, for any of it, I've got a PDF document in my Discord that outlines, it is an 11-page document that outlines everything, all the rules, how it works, da-da-da-da-da. Because we had to make sure we were doing stuff and keeping it straight, you know what I mean? We had to make sure that it was some legendary things or some big time tasks, some big accomplishments to get into the TCW Hall of Legends. And we've been going for long enough now that I figured there had to be somebody that qualified. And it turns out there are 2 somebodies. We have about 2 or 3 more that are right on the verge. Like they're one thing away, but one thing away is not easy to do. Getting the legendary deeds all put together, getting the, breaking records, doing all the stuff, not easy. So it's some above and beyond stuff. But if you guys have some suggestions on like, hey, I think this would be a legendary deed, drop it in my Discord. Let me know about it, and I'll run it through the paces to see what is going on. And this is funny. Sam buying another ticket. Really appreciate that, brother. Now, Damian Payne, welcome to the show. Damian Payne, brand new into TCW on the Outbreak brand. Sam Hacksaw tonight will be making his Season 8 debut, and he will be fighting. He wants to fight all the rookies, I'm telling you. We'll talk more about the why on that. But we'll be fighting Damian Payne here tonight. You're going to see obvious size difference, but is that going to matter? Sam Hacksaw used to going up against bigger guys, so we will see how that all plays out here in a little bit. Oh, look at that. Raymond Jones not even having it. He was like, hey, thanks for body slamming me, buddy, but let me give you a big clothesline right here. And Raymond's starting to feel it now. Starting to get things put together. You can see he's tired. He's been worn down by American Alpha, but right now, letting Grady get up on his own, letting Grady kind of expend his own energy, and then hitting him with some big power slams. So if you wonder how to get caught up, and look at that. Don't ever let anybody tell you Herbie's not hard-headed. Just split open the scunion of Ray Jones. So now you've got the biggest guy in the match and the smallest guy in the match doing their thing. Hooks the leg. Here's a small thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the referees in every match are different. That was a big thing they added this year. You can make it all the same always, but oh, that might be it. We might have brand new Intercontinental Tag Team Champions. 2, 3, and look at that. Very wise what they did right there.
Here are your winners. Hedgehog Herbert and Gray American Alpha.
Very wise what they did right there. You saw they went for that pin, forcing Angel to commit, and then went for their tag team finisher to finish off the match. Absolutely nuts.
It's scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship.
Women's World Champion, Outbreak World Championship on the line here in the next match. Now, you know, we talked about some stability coming to the Women's Intercontinental title belt, but there's also been some stability thanks to Sky Scott with the Women's Outbreak World title belt. Will that continue here tonight? Right now, she has got an opportunity to set the benchmark. Rebecca Dawn defended the title twice. Sky Scott now has defended the title twice. Yeah, technically, they're the ones that have done it the longest, right? But in order to set a record in the TCW, it has to be 3. You're going to see this a lot. You have to have 3 legendary deeds to be inducted. Your deed will get inducted into the Hall of Legends. But for you as a wrestler to be inducted into the Hall of Legends, you have to have 3 legendary deeds done. Automatic induction. Nobody can vote on, nobody votes on it, nobody stops you. There's no nothing. It's all based on what you do. You either do it or you don't do it. Same with the records. In order to break a record, and you look at a record like how many times a title belt is won, in order for it to be counted as a record, it has to be done 3 times. You have to win the title 3 times. You have to defend the title at least 3 times. Now, those aren't legendary deeds, but that is the benchmark for you to set a record. From there, the records can be broken. I don't know what is going on with my dogs. I will be right back because it is going to annoy the crap out of me.
Introducing the challenger from Yorkshire, England, the Legend Killer, Jane! And her opponent from the good old USA, the Women's World Champion, America's sweetheart, Sky Scott!
Really like how Jane's character, didn't like it so much, to be fair, in season 7. It just never seemed to quite get it right. But season 8, absolute fire, I think. And now the Legend Killer finally returns to the ring. Now, this isn't her debut match. We've already seen her debut. However, will she get the Outbreak World title belt here tonight? You know, you look back a couple seasons and Jane really kind of on a roll, starting to win some world title belts, starting to, you know, dominate in the mid-card, and then kind of fell off a little bit. Will season 8 be like her comeback story? Like, it's not like she fell off super far. Let's not pretend that. She is still the Legend Killer, but will she be able to kind of take that next step into greatness, into dominance, or will Sky Scott continue her reign and set the record for the longest title reign of a women's Outbreak World Champion here tonight? Two very different styles of wrestlers. You have Jane, a lot more of kind of your high flyer, uses the ring, does some different stuff. Yeah, she's got a pretty devastating move, finishing DDT called the Last Dance of Mary Jane. Just one more time to kill the pain. And these are the kind of things she is going to have to do to try to get the victory over Sky Scott. Obviously, Sky Scott a lot more powerful of a wrestler. Really reliant on the power. And Sky Scott, again, we talk about it quite a bit, but kind of one of those independent league sensations, an indie sensation, signing with the TCW, winning some matches that she got put in that maybe she wasn't expected to win, but then all of that leading up, her taking her shot. You know, we talk about the Hall of Legends, but her taking her shot, performing, doing what she needed to do, and kind of fast-tracked her way into that world title picture, and then won it. Didn't just fast-track her way into it. We've seen some different people fast-track their way in and come up just short. That was not what Sky Scott did. So Sky Scott almost kind of like the opposite of what Bobby Hart did. Bobby Hart, like, we thought she came on the scene, police on the scene, you know what I mean? And we thought that she was going to step up and do this and do that and be all the things. And then all of a sudden, just didn't work out. Now it's starting to work out, but at the time, it just didn't really work out. So oh, she's going to try it again. Again, this is kind of where Jane excels. It's not all the technical stuff in the ring. It's her ability to innovate and use the ring against her opponent. And look at that. Like, Sky Scott did nothing, and Jane, you know, it's still early on in season 8, so working out some of the kinks, but absolutely flew. You look at the height of Sky Scott, you know, she's a little bit shorter, and then Jane, she was a little too close. Jane, you know, got the hops, got up and right over the top of Sky Scott. Oh, didn't miss it that time. Sky recovered quickly, but not quick enough. I don't think she expected. I think she probably expected Jane to be like, oh, abort, abort, abort. Not what happened, however. Jane not only And look, she missed a target that was standing still before. She was in the other corner, missed it, jumped over her head. Missed a target standing still. This was not. Sky Scott got up and was moving, and Jane timed the move perfectly. This, before I would have said this is probably too far. But now I'm thinking it's not. Well, Jane was. Jane thought it might be a little too far. If she would have left her down and, went for something, I don't know if she's got a frog splash, but, went for something like that, I think she might have hit it. But again, we talk about this with some of the power wrestlers. Yeah, Jane has been in control of this match, but it only takes 2 or 3 moves for Sky Scott to get right back to even. Oh, Jane got up. They're probably lucky she got up, but might not be lucky there. The Sky Slam, 1, 2. And somehow Jane kicks out. Look at Sky. Sky is like, this is not happening. The rest of the crowd thinks it's wrestling, though. You know what I mean? They're like, no, that did happen. And she keeps wanting to do something, but I think giving Jane this time, and you can see right there, Jane able to turn it around, Sky turning it around, referee trying to get in the middle of it. Referee might want to become a wrestler here before she knows it. Okay, she's setting up for something. Jane, bumbling, stumbling, picks her up, and this might. Yeah, that's an owie. That's an owie. That might take her straight in to the Sky Slam. And there you go. There you have it. It has got to be all over but the crying. And Sky Scott sets the new benchmark for the Women's World Championship.
And still, Women's World Champion, America's sweetheart, Sky Scott.
Sets the new benchmark. Now Sky Scott will have her own record breaker card. I almost made him record setter and then breakers afterwards with a different design. I haven't got that all quite worked out yet, but still, congratulations going out to Sky Scott. Here we go. This is what we've been talking about. We're going to see a couple different debuts here tonight, but before we see the debuts that are going to happen in this match, Diamond Santos, we have seen her.
Four-way Extreme Rules match. Making her way to the ring from Staten Island, New York, the Diamond Santos.
So Diamond Santos, really a new look. So in the offseason between season 7 and 8, Diamond really working on kind of changing up her physique. Now, we've seen a few of the ladies do this different ways. We've seen some slim down. We've seen some beef up. We've seen the men do the same thing. You know, if you look at like an Eagle Star when he first came in to the league, really skinny. But then as time went on, the more he hung out with Rowdy, started packing on more and more muscle. Now, one of the more muscular guys, especially when you're talking about the light heavyweight division. So Diamond Santos kind of was a little bit larger and now slimming down a little bit more and really became a little bit quicker over last season and actually started becoming a lot more dominant. So will that continue to pay off for her? We're going to have to wait and see.
And her opponents, first, from Columbia, South Carolina, the Hammer, T. Jones.
T. Jones kind of going for a little bit different look this year herself, but remember, T. Jones and Jace Wagner, who we are also going to get to see here tonight, but T. Jones, one of the most devastating moves in this game period, called the Golden Sledgehammer, comes off the top rope DDTs you. Not an easy move to hit, but when she hits it, you can pretty much just start counting the tears because it's over. Now, one of the hardcore icons in the women's division, Monica Monroe, making her Season 8 debut.
And from Munich, Germany, the Maniac.
And one of the most unique CAWs that we've got, period. The creator goes to some great lengths. If you see Monica in some other E-Federations, you will see she does look quite a bit different. We can't quite support the image thing, but try to keep it as close as we can to her. But the moveset is the same, and the moveset is devastating. It's one of those things where this year, we have talked about a few different wrestlers that it could be their year. Well, by the end of last year, Monica Monroe was really starting to put some stuff together. Yeah, it was in the hardcore division, but it wasn't necessarily because they were hardcore matches. She has got a move called the Stomp that she can hit you 4 different ways with it. So you don't know where it's coming from, but when it comes, it is absolutely devastating as well. So definitely one to keep an eye on. And now Vanessa LeVay making her way down to the ring, kind of changing up her look a little, kind of the same, but actually a little bit different with the hairstyle, with the whatnots and the witchy-digits. So no title belts on the line here tonight, but
And from Boston, Massachusetts, Doc Van Nakalehi.
But don't think that these matches don't have title implications. Like, there's a reason why these 4 are wrestling. You know, we say it in these non-title matches. You got to really watch out for them. Who is doing well? You start putting a few non-title matches together. Somehow it leads to a title match. Go figure. So T. Jones, Monica Monroe getting their first action of the new season. Now, this is also an elimination match, so definitely something you're going to have to keep watching out for. Now, had it been like a over-the-top rope elimination thing, that would have been it, but that is not what is going on. So this is a fight, and T. Jones getting straight to it, kind of picking up where she left off. Remember, in Season 7, she was actually winning the World Championship. So another thing that we're going to want to kind of keep an eye on her as well this year. So yeah, no title belt on the line here right now. However, don't be fooled thinking this match doesn't matter. Absolutely matters. And look at this. T. Jones and Monica putting on a show right now, going off those top ropes. And didn't know it was a no DQ type of a thing, but apparently it is. TJ getting the chair. I was like, man, I think Diamond's going to get over there and use it pretty quick on her, but did not. Diamond now going to hook the leg. And Diamond saying, look, I can go off some ropes too. You know, T. Jones typically known for kind of being that high flyer. Look at the state of this. Vanessa pulling out all the stops, but Monica back up to her feet quickly. But Diamond right now kind of in charge of the ring and what's going on. Look, she's like, if you try to get another weapon, I'm gonna put the tax right there. Don't be trying to get any weapons over here, or you're gonna get into some tax. Might be ticky, might be tacky, but they're definitely ticky-tacky. What is going on? Cassandra, welcome to the show. Oh, TJ wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. Diamond Santos is like the tack queen. She's the thumbtack queen. If there are thumbtacks, yo, she'll solve it. Check out the hook while her tic tacs revolve it. Ding, 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 a ding, ding. Yeah, jump into nowhere. Jump into nowhere. Oh, look, Monica eats that. She's like, whatever. Whatever to your drop kick. Not having it. And the thumbtack queen once again going for the bag of thumbtacks. I'm shocked she hasn't got them and opened them up. Yeah, and now it's a party. You know what I mean? There ain't no party like a Monica Bridge party. Oh, that is kind of, look. TJ is bleeding. Vanessa LeVay, blood coming down her face. Like, it is no joke right now. I would have kept a better eye, though, on Diamond Santos. If I was Vanessa, I would not have let her up. I would have been like, no, you don't get to be up. And TJ kind of saved Vanessa right there, getting in the way of Diamond Santos, not allowing her to do her thing. But that is the Mafia hit just put on Vanessa LeVay. And, oh, Monica not having it. She's like, you're not going to use my own bridge against me. Diamond putting the pin on Vanessa. You know, one of the more interesting things about this match, and we did this on purpose, there's still a count out. The referee can still count you out. It's not just like, yeah, it's hardcore, yeah, it's whatever. But it is still possible to get counted out of this match and eliminated. That will eliminate you. So it's just one of those things that adds another layer. Monica, she's like, here, get out of my kitchen. Let me blow you kisses. And Diamond Santos almost playing like queen of the ring right now. Like, hey, this is my ring. Anybody that comes in is getting taken out. 1, 2. Maybe not even 2. Just felt like it could have been a 2. Yeah, that's tracking. 1. Yeah, Monica's like, look, I eat that all day long. I don't even care. Hit me with it if you feel like it. But there's a reason why we consider Monica kind of like the hardcore queen, one of the hardcore legends, probably the hardcore legend in the women's division. Guilty until proven innocent on that account. Oh! Put right back on the bridge. But look, Diamond Santos doesn't have time for the bridge. And I think she just really, gets you a little splashy going on right there. And she sees Monica, but Monica's like, hey, maybe you should have been paying attention to old TJ there. And look at these moves by Monica, like absolutely devastating moves. And Monica uses TJ as a human shield. Diamond ends up attacking TJ and Monica right back in control. Super smart move on Monica's part right there. Here is the Mafia hit now getting put on Monica. Is that going to do it? 1, 2. And look at the blood coming down TJ's face now. Like, it is starting to become a problem. Starting to wonder, like, is she going to be able to continue to see her opponent? You know what I mean? And wisely, Diamond Santos just still going after the head. Going after the head of TJ. Has a chair now. And that might do it. Like, that might be too much. 1, 2, 3. And Diamond right now has pinned both Vanessa and T. Jones. Can she finish it off for the win? Or now that Monica isn't going to be distracted by other wrestlers, is that going to play into it? Oh, that's a big kick right there. Big kick, some more chair shots, and that's what it's going to take to beat Monica. Still might not be enough, but it's going to take that kind of thing. Is she going to put her on the chair? Oh, she's put herself on the chair. But goes right back after the chair. Going right back for that midsection. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Only a 1 count. Monica's like, man, thanks for getting me up. Like, I had a hard night of drinking last night. Head's kind of sore a little bit. Are we wrestling right now? Oh, and that's what I've been expecting the entire time, for her to lay the tacks down. Is she going to try to put the finisher on her right on top of the thumbtacks? That would be an epic finish. Instead, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Monica still able to kick out in 2. And Diamond Santos has got to be like, look, I've done all the things. Like, how is this not over yet? That splits Monica open now. Oh, here we go. Trying to put her in it again. Mafia hit. That has got to be it. 1, 2, 3. And Diamond Santos has a brand new attitude here in Season 8.
Here is your winner, the Diamond Santos.
Diamond Santos might be like, hey, I'm going to be the new hardcore queen. Like, I don't think Monica's like, she's probably got a few things to say about that, but I'm just saying, like, it seems like maybe that might be something that where she's like, I see what you're doing, that it's going to be me. What's going on, Eagle Star? Welcome to the show. Now, here's the thing that we've been talking about with Sam Hacksaw. We know Sam Hacksaw went and ultimately ended up beating his stalker, but if you've been following him backstage with some of the things, you can just tell something has been different with Sam. And you can see it right here.
For one fall, making his way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 232 pounds, Sam Hacksaw.
Like Sam Hacksaw, kind of the happy-go-lucky one. Then we saw him kind of briefly go through like maybe even a little militant phase. And now almost looking like the same guy that was trying to attack him, almost looking like his attacker, the stalker. And he has been saying things like, hey, these rookies are coming in and they think they own the place and they're taking what's mine and they're doing this. And it does look like Hacksaw maybe starting to turn a little bit towards that darker side, maybe filling that void. Remember, he won the Intercontinental title a couple times and then he didn't and was just gone. You know, maybe seeing success like that and then all of a sudden not seeing success, maybe that created a void. And now that he's back, it seems like he is back with a purpose. Maybe the purpose has nothing to do with the rookies. Maybe it has to do with him finding himself. Maybe it does have something to do with the rookies.
Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 302 pounds.
Yeah, that's Hacksaw, all right. Yeah, and Weapon X, you know, I don't want to say anything till you actually watched it, but it looks like you and the Lord actually got cheated. You could see two different ways. The Lord, his feet were under the ropes, and I mean, his knees were under the ropes. That should have been a rope break. Referee never called it. You grabbing the ropes, you being in referee with the fast, like, I don't know what we're going to do about it, but they're going to have to find something to do because, look, end of the day, TWO is a problem. Now, we mainly see the TWO. We'll see him a little bit on this show right now, but right now, TWO very focused on the Monday Meltdown show. So we're going to see an SSU wrestler here tonight as well. We will see JW Caliber putting his title belt, the Universal Hardcore title belt, on the line in a very unique match. A match that you have never seen on any other show anywhere else. Period. Title belt's going to be on the line, though, so whoever comes out of this, you've seen something close to it, but you haven't seen it. Yeah, I mean, like, that's one of those things. I totally agree. I think we should have saw it coming, and I think the SSU wrestlers, I think like Team SSU, I think Team TCW are going to be ready the next time, knowing that it's not just fighting against those guys. It's going to be fighting against the referees as well, it seems. So now you can see in this match an obvious size difference. Like, obviously Damon Payne, a much larger wrestler than Sam Hacksaw, but Sam Hacksaw is the one that requested this match. Sam Hacksaw wanting to take himself to the limits. And it almost seems like he's not even after title belts anymore. He's more after the respect of the roster. He had the title belts and never felt respected. Remember, he was in the corporate syndicate also at one time. Never felt respected by the corporate syndicate. Didn't feel respected before the corporate syndicate, and apparently doesn't feel respected now. So could this be part of his turn to the dark side? How far has he gone down the stalker path? You know what I mean? We don't know. But it is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on and watch it. Oh, Sam setting up for it right now. Oh, went for his finisher, but Damian Payne too big. Sam fighting through that eye scraper, the old eye raker. Can he find a way? Yeah, he got him up that time, so gonna try it again. Can he find a way to hit him with the shadows? Hits him! 1, 2. three, and Sam Hacksaw made a statement about the rookies and now is trying to prove his point.
Here is your winner, Sam Hacksaw.
I'm going to tell you what, you prove your point against Damian Payne. That is a big boy. That is a big boy indeed. So taking on the rookies, doing the things, demanding his respect. Now, is that going to work itself up the roster as well? You know what I mean? We don't know.
The following contest is an elimination match and is for the Universal Hardcore Championship.
This is the match you have never seen anything like this before.
Sacramento, California, weighing in at 247 pounds, Jay Wagner.
Jay Wagner, brand new look, making his way into the ring here tonight.
And representing the new foundation from overseas, weighing in at 305 pounds, the Undead Paul the Thug.
Paul the Thing, we saw some things happening from him a little bit earlier as well.
Representing the Infiltrators from Amarillo, Texas, weighing in at 235 pounds, the Universal Hardcore Champion, J.W. Caleb.
JW, you guys got to remember, JW is the champion, is representing the SSU. Brand new look. Well, not a new look, but kind of an updated look. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not one to step in the ring with JW. You know what I mean? Like, look at the state of that. And one tough hombre. Yeah, I know. I know. But it's kind of crazy. You look, Paul the Thing, multi-time world champion as well. And Jace Wagner, like, this is shocking. You know, we talk about the TCW Hall of Legends. Jace Wagner actually one spot away from getting a Universal Grand Slam championship. Absolutely crazy. What is going on, King? Welcome to the show. You know, it's crazy. I say this every time Primetime comes out, and at one point I'm going to stop, but this is Primetime's actual face scan. So there's only a couple people that have their actual face scan. One is Eagle Star. Eagle Star, who wears a mask, has an actual face scan, his face underneath that mask. Maybe that's something that we'll see a little bit later on, like why that is, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not, like who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
From London, England, weighing in at 280 pounds.
Now, Fusion making his way down to the ring. And look, Fusion getting a huge opportunity here tonight. Very new to the TCW, but getting a shot to win the Universal Hardcore Championship. Now, I told you, you guys have never seen this before. So let me explain why. This is a 6-way, couldn't do it before this year, a 6-way table elimination match. You are about to see some stuff in this match. Like, I don't know how people aren't going to walk away bloodied up. 6-way table elimination match. Bama Boy just coming off a Universal World loss. Just lost the Universal World title, now fighting for the Universal Hardcore title. And if you remember,
representing the Four Horsemen from Montgomery, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Dark Horse,
and this, yeah, it's interesting. So, but the table match is the 5-way table match is what Bama made famous. So coming back in the inaugural 6-way table elimination match to try to do it here as well. We'll see if he can do it. Yeah, but so the interesting thing is, if I give the younger talent, I put them in some matches, like there's no way Fusion should win this match. Now, he could, but there's no way he should. So, it's giving people in multi-man matches. I don't do a lot of multi-man matches anyway, but putting people in a multi-man match to give them a shot, typically at like a Money in the Bank briefcase type of a thing to get your shot, or a 6-way table match, like, yeah. Every now and again, I'll put 5 people that more than earned it and one who didn't. Now, it's up to the 5 people to stop them. Can the other 5 people stop Fusion? Or are they going to let him walk away with the win? Will the champion walk out of here with his title belt? And we also have, and he can't win by this move, but Jace Wagner has the most devastating finishing move in the men's division. You got TJ in the women's division with the golden sledgehammer. You've got Jace with the Jace of spades. A spiked pile driver. Top of the head straight into the mat could end a career. Look, Sean Sanders is like, look, I'm not going to bring a table into this just yet. Let me find the door. And I wonder if that door would count. Like, if they put the door up in the corner and threw somebody through the door, will that count? I'll tell you what does count. In testing, in play testing, they broke the announce table, and that announce table, it will count as a table if you go through it. Here we go, and I don't think it matters, like, it doesn't matter where you go through the table in this match. It can be outside the ring, inside the ring, it can be anywhere. So that table that is set up over there on the outside, it could have. Yeah, he should have. Absolutely should have. Then again, he fought a pretty big boy earlier tonight and then came out with the win, so that's some big-time stuff there. What is also crazy, Weapon X, I made an AI face paint for you. You saw it in that episode. So I gave it to Dubs. That way Dubs will have it. You can always now replicate your face paint every time. If you wanted to. I'm not saying you got to, but you've now got some logos that you can take into any of the games. Use on, anybody you make. That's you know. So this is usually how it goes. You just got pandemonium. Everybody's trying to beat each other's brains out. Everybody's trying to wear things down, and then next thing you know, things are going to start happening, and usually they happen pretty fast. Like, not this match. This match doesn't go fast, but when it starts, it really gets going. And then there's kind of a lull for a little bit, and then bam, 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 it starts going again. People doing the crazies. Right now, nobody can even pick up a table to set it up. Sean Sanders, too, he's one of those. He's got a very interesting moveset. That was Paul's finisher right there, but again, doesn't matter. You can finish things all you want. You can get yourself knocked out in this match if you'd like. The only way out of this match is through a table. It's the only way you can do it. You're not going to do it any other way. You want to go get yourself a snow cone at the concession stand, you can do that. Go do that. You want to go buy a ticket, go buy you some tickets. Sit down in the first thing and do all the stuff. But the only way out of the match won't end until everybody but one person goes through a table. Oh, it started to look like, I was like, oh, Bama might have a shot here to set up a table. Oh, that would have been interesting to see on an accident. I've seen plenty of accidental table breaks in a match. So, you look at part of how this stuff goes, and you're like, okay, well, this is what it is. But so many things in a table match can go wrong. Bama is determined to get it, but look, Sean's like, I see you trying to set up that table. I'm not going to let you, brother. Right there, if that table would have broke, it's hard to say which one. I've seen somebody throw somebody else, get kicked, and accidentally bust the table like it shouldn't have happened, but it did. And it counted. Bama is beyond determined to get this table set up. But look, Fusion's already back to his feet. By the time he can maybe set this table up, did he get Fusion with the table? No, Fusion stops him from doing it. JW Caliber is like, hey, there's 2 tables now. Yeah, let me hit this guy. Let me get out of the... Oh, he tried to get out of the way of Sean Sanders, and Sean Sanders did the flippity-dippities all over the place. Finally connected with him. Maybe if Fusion is looking at Sean Sanders, maybe if this guy's looking at that guy, but right now... There it is, Jace of Spades on Paul the Thing. Like that's a career-ending move right there. 2 guys with tables, and now the chaos can begin. What is going to happen here? Once a table is set up, there's no telling. Oh, look at this. We don't know what we're going to call it. Oh! Right there, Jace. This is awesome. But the champion's still in it. And I don't think, like, at the end of the day, Sean Sanders really wanting to go after. Oh, watch this. Chase of Spades. Oh, right on the tape. Yeah, look at that arm. He might even broke his arm the way that was looking. That is a devastating move. Oh, throws him on top of the table again. Oh! I'm shocked the champ. Oh, look, he flips right around. Little flippity doodahs. Top of the scunion to you. Top of the noggin to you. He keeps trying to throw him out, but look, this is what I'm talking about. There is a newer wrestler in this match. He's going to set up this table. And they've left him in, you know what I mean? If people don't want rookies winning titles, they got to get them out. Only you can prevent forest fires, you know what I mean? Smokey the Bear, listen to what he told you. Oh, Jace now is like, hey, I heard you loud and clear, Frankie Two Fingers. He tried to go for it, but Fusion not having it. And look, if I was a champion right now, this is definitely not an easy match to defend your title on. You know what I mean? Like, just one mistake, one thing goes wrong and you're out. And again, Jace trying to put out Fusion, and Fusion not having it. Former Universal World Champion now getting thrown back into the ring. Oh, Fusion just going to walk Jace right over to it and puts him through the table. So Fusion tabling Jace, and then there were 4. And look, they could set those tables up on the outside and do just the same thing. Oh, look at the champ, JW Caliber, stalking Bama Boy. Bama didn't really see him coming, and Jay's like, I got you now. I got you right where I want you. Oh, here we go. This is the weird glitch that we have been seeing where they will continue to try to show the guy who was eliminated. I'm going to give him one more chance to stop it. And they're not going to, so now we are going to have to take matters into our own hands. So they are teaching me lessons about this. Oh, Bama going. Oh, smart move by JW. Stopping the table from getting set up, rolling in the way that he did, but Bama went for the roll tide, tried to hit him with it. Did not work out. Look at him sitting down there. Champ just doing whatever he wants to do. Champ's in the do what he wants to do army. JW really, I thought he was going to, go after Paul there, but Paul going after Bama. Jace JW setting it up. Can he get the rookie? And look, they're only rookies to TCW. They have been wrestling in other federations for a long time. But they are new to the TCW brand of wrestling. Fusion sets up the table. Paul is like, let me take this opportunity. Oh, JW almost dropped that table. That would have been hilarious. I've never seen a spot quite like that. But Paul tabling Bama. And look, then there were 3. And now I'm telling you, everybody was like, oh, Fusion shouldn't be in the match, but look at what's going on. Look what's happening on the downtown. Julie Brown, call MTV. Let them know what's happening. Get ESPN on the phone. There is a rookie who is fighting against a world champion and the current hardcore champion. This guy has never won a title belt. They left him in the match. Oh, I wonder if his feet had hit. If his feet would have hit the table like he did a suplex, if that would have busted up the table. What is going on? Raymond Jones, welcome to the show, brother. Oh, and Fusion. Is it Fusion? I think Fusion's leaving his DNA all over this arena. Now, Paul, the thing is, does he bleed green or red? We know it's red. Oh! Oh! I'm telling you, if that table breaks, he's out. JW Caliber doing the thing, giving him the old thumbs up. And Paul using his sheer size right now against the champ. So again, rookie, world champion, current hardcore champion, and if they don't start taking Fusion seriously, he just gave you a display of his karate skills. You know what I mean? Like, he let you know. They might not call him Karate Jones, but maybe they should. So Fusion kind of wisely sitting back a little bit, but now both tables that are needed to win this match are in the ring. Oh, he's like, let me take this opportunity to set up this table and go right after the champ. Will the door matter? Will Paul set the door up in the corner? Oh, champion go. Oh, Paul saves Fusion. Oh, Rot Rosketios. Oh, he swung. If he, oh! He is fighting not to get stuck up. Oh no. Rot-Row Shaggy, and the rookie eliminates the champion. Fusion tabling the champion. One thing we know, we're going to have a brand new. We are going to have a brand new hardcore champion. We know that now. That's not even a question anymore. And Fusion now showing a world champion, a former world champion, what the price of tea is in the swamp. Remember, Paul's got that move called the swamp thing. Not that it's going to help you here. Paul now trying to set up this table. Paul's bleeding. Fusion's bleeding all over the place. Coming back to his senses. Now, which one does he try to put him through? Question answered. And look, this is the 4th time Fusion has fought out. The 4th time Fusion has fought out of being tabled. Look, tap all you want. It doesn't matter. That is not how you get out of this match. And here we go, brand new Universal Hardcore Champion, the winner of a 6-man table match, Fusion.
Here is your winner, and
Look at that. Blood all over the place. Like, just blood everywhere. Universal Hardcore Champion. Looking like a Universal Hardcore Champion. So, you want to jumpstart your career? Get put in one of these matches you shouldn't win. And then win it. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of like that. Normally I would say no, but yeah. I'm saying yeah. I like how you think.
Is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, you can't say you didn't earn that one. Like, holy cow. 2 world champions in that match alone. An former Intercontinental champion in that match. An almost Universal Grand Slam champion. He's just missing the world champion in that match. And then you had Fusion. They all slept on him, and look what happened. Now, this is very interesting. You're looking at the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Aussie, making her way down to the ring, taking Rebecca Dawn under her wing. Rebecca's been around a long time as well. But in this match, Rebecca has got a shot to do something that nobody else has done. And that is win an Outbreak Grand Slam Championship. Nobody's done it. Outbreak's fairly new, but she has won the world. She has won the Intercontinental title belt. All she needs is this tag win to get that Grand Slam title. So, absolutely crazy. Look at the state of these two. The daughters of the Road Warriors, current Intercontinental champion, tag team champions, making their way down to the ring right now. Yeah, that's going to be trending right there. Hashtag Angels and Demons. Pop. The powers of pain. Now, these two are tough. It's not like, okay, they're going to come in, she's going to do the thing. Like, yeah, maybe the greatest singles wrestler, Aussie, actually inducted this year into the Hall of Legends. So, the only woman to do it, Toad's the only guy to do it. We've got some other people that are close. But this would go as a legendary deed towards Rebecca if they win this.
And their opponents, the Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, Falcon and the Spider, the Road Warriors.
So you want to talk about just some absolutely tough women. There's 4 of them in this match right now. So it's always interesting to see. Oh yeah, Hall of Legends. You should really jump in my Discord and check some stuff out. There's some super cool things in there that we are doing. Or just go check out the posts on my YouTube channel. Check that out. That is something right there. And look at this. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. They know what they're up against. You know what I mean? They know that that they're wrestling against one of the greatest female wrestlers ever in the history of the sport, but they do not back down, not even a little bit. Now, Rebecca Dawn comes in. She's used to wrestling against wrestlers bigger, not necessarily taller, but, maybe a little more muscle mass on her. Rebecca, a lot thinner, a lot more agile, a lot faster. But she is used to wrestling against the larger women, so she's not going to back herself down either. Whips her in. Probably not the right corner. Probably not the corner that she wanted to whip herself into. And then ends up kind of paying for that mistake. So she gets the one reversal, gets things kind of started to be turned around. Falcon able to get her turned right back around. And typically what we see from the Road Warriors are quick tags in and out, quick tags in and out. But what we're seeing tonight, not so much on the quick tags that are in and out. We're seeing a lot more where Falcon, and we saw it opposite in the last match too, where Spider was the one that kind of took the brunt of the match on. That left Falcon to be a lot fresher by the end of the match, and then they were able to get that win. So, first time we really saw him use it that way, and now we almost see him using it the opposite way. What is going on, Miss Jiggles? Welcome to the show. You had the very first match of the night. So now the Outlaws, and look, these two aren't typically used to tagging. It's not that they haven't won some tag titles, but they don't tag a whole lot. Both, though, could benefit from the Intercontinental Tag Team title belts being around their waist, however. So, and Rebecca almost getting the 3 count right there on Spider. But you can see Falcon not even coming in, so I think she expected Falcon to be able to get up. The other thing, and we talk about this a lot, I just like to point it out. Things that happened earlier in the night, you can see the blood from Fusion all over the mat still. It used to not be that way. If you wrestle multiple times in the evening, all the damage carries over. If Fusion was to come back out here, he would still have blood on his face. It'd be a little bit less, but it would still be, the blood would still be on his face. The body damage would still be on his body. If he came out even to be a manager for somebody, that is key, because when we wrestle the SSU later, and we're about a month or two away from doing this, but when we wrestle the SSU later, where it is straight back to TCW versus the SSU again, there is going to be one title belt that will be fought for in a very unique way. With that mechanic in mind, all 4 wrestlers fighting for the world title, 2 from TCW, 2 from SSU, will fight against each other earlier in a match that will be non-title. You don't have to win to get in. That match isn't about that. That match is about how fast can you win the match to sustain the least amount of damage to gain an advantage in the main event for that world title belt. And that will be the only way we fight for that one title belt between the 2 brands. You might see this here and there, but that is the one main title. That'll be the one that says, hey, this is what we're doing. This is how things are going. Yeah, Fusion. Congratulations, brother. I'm glad you got to see it. You know what I mean? Definitely glad you got to see that match. That was something, let me tell you. What a crazy match so far. Sorry about that. Miss my ghost calls. You got to answer. Ozzy, though, coming in, breaking it up, and you can see the blood already running down Ozzy's face, knowing that you've been in a match. So maybe Becky really needing to take on the brunt of some of this match, give Ozzy a little bit of a break, and it looks like doing a really good job right here. But can she take advantage and win the title right here? 1, 2, and not a 2 count. That's got to kind of freak you out a little bit, I guess. Yeah, and typically the TWO, really, you see a lot of them. You can see them on this brand as well, but you see a lot of them on the Outbreak brand. So we saw a heavy presence on Outbreak, or on Meltdown, I mean, which is where their presence typically is. So haven't seen a lot of them here tonight. Will we see them at all? I don't know. We might. But we do have 2 big matches left on the card. The Intercontinental title match between Sentinel and Eagle Star, definitely on the docket. And then the Outbreak World Championship. Robbo trying to climb that ladder again. We saw him just win the Outlaw title, fighting against current world champion Vampiro Jr. So can Vampiro continue his reign as the Outbreak World Champion? That might do it. Is she going to go for the pin? No, Falcon getting back to her feet, and I think Falcon expected that to possibly be it also. But now kind of letting her off the hook, and I feel like that's probably a mistake. I feel like that might be the mistake that loses them the match right there. Spider getting in, now in control of this match, going for the coccyx of Rebecca. And I was like, man, is she going to let her off the hook and just tag Falcon right back in? Thought she was going to do it again, but not doing it. Yeah, that's where that last match took place, was Meltdown. Two, you know, there's some other things going on. 2, 3, and the Road Warriors will retain the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team titles.
Here are your winners, and still Intercontinental Tag Team Champions, Falcon and
absolutely crazy finish to that match. Like, you think about how close Rebecca Dawn just came right there to winning a major title. Like, that goes a long way in a career. But came very close. However, the Road Warriors
contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
The Road Warriors just broke the record for the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team titles for the longest run so far, and it's at 5 and counting. Now, in order for a deed to get into the Hall of Legends, you have to defend a singles title 10 times or a tag team title 7 times. It's only been done 4 times in the singles. It's only been done twice in the twice in the tag team division. So not an easy thing to do. Look at this. I told you. You can see Paul still bleeding. Paul face paint, all kinds of jacked up right now. But Sentinel getting his shot at the tag team titles. And look, you can see right there, kind of a team WCW thing. Just sticking around, making sure everything stays on the up and up. But Sentinel getting that shot tonight at Eagle Star, a member of the Horsemen. You would almost expect all the Horsemen to come down. I don't know that we're going to see him. I don't even know if Rowdy is in the building tonight. But what I do know is Bama had a hell of a match. And would he even be able to walk down to ringside after being in a 6-man tag? Apparently he does. He's got enough in him. So that's one of those things where, you know, if Rowdy was here, he would already be down ringside with Eagle, making sure everything is on the up and up. But Bama's like, hey, they've got people down there. I can't let you, do it alone. So Drew Hawthorne and Paul the Thing on the side of Sentinel, and Bama coming down, making sure things stay straight on the side for the Horsemen. And it's crazy, too. You look at some of these titles, they don't have a lot of stability. Not a lot of title defenses, a lot of one-and-done type thing. But the Women's Intercontinental Tag Team, that's another one, championship. They, a lot of stability in that as well. Hart Foundation winning it initially 4 defenses, then the Walker Sisters, then the Road Warriors beat them, and now they've defended it 5 times.
From Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing in at 308 pounds, Sinister Trout! And his opponent, from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, the unrelenting, the Eagle Starman.
So Sentinel getting a look at the belt. Eagle getting ready to do the business. And look, you look at Eagle Star. Eagle, again, we talked about him a little bit earlier in the match. Light heavyweight, but he is one pumped up light heavyweight. But Eagle Star still tipping them scales a little bit over 300 pounds. So it's going to be a fight. Not that Eagle's not used to having a fight. But both of these guys, former world champions, now fighting for the Intercontinental title belt. Hey, I'll check that out, Weapon. What are they under? I've been telling people, even for the SSU, for me to find them, it's easier to use this, but I also check, because if you just put solo or SSU or solo season universe, it's hard to find them still. But if you put solo 26 like this, Totes 26 or solo 26, it's much, much easier to find them because only that will come up. Otherwise, for some reason with solo or with SSU, you have Colossus pop up. You have all these other words pop up, and it's like 15 pages to try to find them. Okay, yeah, I've told Dubs, so we'll see. We'll see if he did it under solo 26 or not. Holy Moses! You want to talk about, like, you thought things were going down a certain way, and then all of a sudden they're not going down that way? That's what that power bomb represented right there. But Eagles are able to kind of flip it around. Doesn't see Sentinel getting back to his feet. Sentinel punches at him but misses, but that does send Eagle over the top. So even though he didn't connect with them on the top rope, it still kind of works out in his favor. Now both guys standing toe-to-toe in the center of the ring, punching away at it. What is going on, Herbie? Welcome to the show. You had a match earlier. I think it was match number 2, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact. What's going, Prime? I don't know if I said hi to you, but welcome to the show, brother. I saw you pop in there. Then all kinds of things kind of went crazy. The fact that he gets him up is amazing, and then somehow Sentinel finding a way to get out of it. One, two, three, and you want to talk about, this is what I'm saying, Sentinel's a problem this year. That is a crazy finisher, brand new finisher move by Sentinel. That is a brand new finishing move by Sentinel, and that is going to be a problem for everybody involved. But brand new Intercontinental title holder, Sentinel. You know, we look at the women's, we talk about the women's Intercontinental title, that being very stable. The one title belt that actually has some history to it.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
But it actually has some history behind it. Is the men's Intercontinental title belt. It's been defended 45 times. That was the 45th time it had been defended. So look at the state of this. Team WCW coming out. Robbo is the one in this match. Totes technically on the Meltdown brand. Drew Hawthorne technically on the Meltdown brand. Not in this match, but Totes right now, the Universal World Champion, coming down, making sure that nothing crazy goes on. Will these guys get involved in it as well? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's not that these guys are like a team now or some kind of faction. What it is they're just kind of watching each other's backs, especially with the TWO stuff going on right now, especially with all the other things going on right now. So they're just kind of watching each other's backs, seeing what goes on. We know Sentinel and Paul the Thing, they're still tag team title, or still a tag team. Totes, if he does the tag team, he hooks up with Drew Hawthorne to do the tag team. Robbo, former Horseman, but not a member of the Horsemen right now. So they're just kind of watching each other's backs. Now, interesting thing, Robbo has seen a lot of success since not an alliance, I don't want to say that, but kind of Team TCW has kind of formed where they've picked a few of the guys. Like, obviously, the Horsemen aren't going to be on it because they're their own thing. But Vipiro, in classic Vipiro fashion, comes out. Just him. Nobody else. Just Vipiro in a dream. That's all that's happening here. Nothing to see here. Vipiro making his way down to the ring. Now, what's really interesting about this match, Vipiro has a chance to break Drew Hawthorne's record for longest TCW Outbreak World Championship run. Drew Hawthorne set it at 5. In episode 2 this season, Vipiro tied that record, defeating Rowdy Hunt. Now, going to go up against Robbo, former Universal World Champion. But Vipiro, if he can defend the title here tonight, that will be his 6th title defense, and that will break the record.
Introducing the challenger from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Super Extreme Champion, Rob O. And his opponent from Columbus, Georgia, weighing in at 190 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake V. Pedro!
So here we go, main event of the night, final match of the evening. Vipiro going to try to break the record for longest title run, and Robbo trying to put an end to it. But look, Robbo had an extremely tough match last week on Outbreak where he won the Outlaw title. The toughest title belt to win out there. 3 wrestlers in that match alone were hurt. And Vipiro getting off to a quick start in this match already, and it's kind of the thing you got to do against Robbo. Robbo not very tall, but still weighing in the 250 pound range. So, and Robbo definitely more of a power wrestler. And you can see Robbo probably even spent a little bit of time in the gym this offseason as well. Looking like he bulked up maybe just a little bit. So going more forward instead of that striker mentality, maybe more towards that power mentality. And look at that, flipping it back around on Vipiro, and both these guys kind of going back and forth. One of them wanting to prove at least, like, hey, I'm a more technical wrestler than you. Vipiro now whipping them into the corner, and you got to watch out. Vipiro has got some crazy moves. Absolutely, yeah. I just had to, I wanted to keep them in the same places. I just wanted to clean them up so that it didn't count against so many images. Look at Drew over there trying to do stuff, but the referee keeping things in line. I'll tell you, there's a couple wrestlers looked a lot better this year, just, on their own without any other things. There's a couple, like Vipiro and Monica, I did have to switch up some things just because of the number of images. Like, I don't want it to end up crashing our system. But Matt Storm, Vipiro, looked really, really good this year. And Monica left some pictures of her original wrestler in our Discord. Go check them out. Really, really, really cool. What is going on the outside of the ring? It's almost like Drew is trying to get somebody disqualified. Yeah, look, Drew's like, hey, I'm going to walk over here because something is going on over there. Oh, Vipiro getting fired up. Puts him in a weird, like, it's one of those, like, moves you would expect from a Viper, you know what I mean? Kind of get wrapped around the axle a little bit and do some stuff. Referee ends up throwing out the kendo stick, hits totes with it. And that's his finisher. Is that going to do it? 1, 2. I'm going to say if that does it, I'm starting to wonder about patch 1.09. If we tested some things, I didn't see a whole lot of different stuff, but still. And you see a few of the moves. You don't see that many of those from Robbo, but like as you start getting a little bit further into the match, you start seeing some of those moves where maybe he jumps up and does something. But again, you got to watch out. At the end of the day, Vipiro, just like a snake, you never know what's going downtown with him. He might be lulling you in, might be like, and it kind of just lulls you to sleep, and then bam, he gets you. And you're like, what just happened? What happened? Well, what happened was you lost the match. Robbo now going up to the top. Can he find a way to get a big win here tonight? Just one of those moves you typically don't see from Robbo. He can't fly very far, but he can fly. You know what I mean? And again, I was like, man, I think Vipiro's setting him up for something. But Robbo, I think, is just kind of catching Vipiro off guard. Gets him again, and this might be it. God, this might be the match right here. 1, 2, 3. So Vipiro unable to break the record here tonight. Did tie the record.
And new World Heavyweight Champion, Rob O.
However, this also sets Vipiro up for an even bigger accomplishment down the line, even bigger than, breaking that record. And because he won this world title, because he had a successful title run with it, he will be getting a shot at the Universal World Championship. That's big time. That's Papa Huge time if you know what movie that's from. Guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Remember, and we say this a lot when you're out there in the world, be the leader the world needs you to be. The world does a good enough job on its own dividing us. Maybe start fighting against the system just a little bit. And just because somebody's mean to you doesn't mean you have to be mean back. Be the leader in your community. They may just need to be shown some grace. They just may need an example out there, and they might need it to be you. Show them a better way or punch them in the nose. Either way, you're the one that's going to make that decision. Just don't do it because of the excuse, well, they were mean to me. That's dumb. So, From all of us here to all of you out there, from everybody at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network, really appreciate everything you guys done. Really appreciate you guys buying your ticket and showing the love. All that money, again, goes right back into the channel to do some of the stuff. And if you guys haven't seen some of the record breaker posters or some of the record breaker cards or some of the Hall of Fame stuff, get in the Discord. If you couldn't get in the Discord, just let me know. Get in the Discord, check that stuff out. Get on my page, check out the posts. There's examples of there, and I post about 2 a day, and we've got a lot of days left to go to post all of them. But it's some really cool stuff. But that is because of you guys. That's because of the memberships that you guys buy. That's because of the tickets that you guys buy. It's very much appreciated. So we will catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace.